It is 10 a.m. in New York City, where we are tracking some breaking news in former President Trump's criminal trial. The judge overseeing the case has made a decision regarding Trump's gag order violations. So joining us from outside the courthouse is CBS anchor and national correspondent Errol Barnett. All right, Errol, what'd the judge say?
Hey there, Vlad. Well, Judge Juan Merchan began today's proceedings with what he described as a little bit of good and bad news for former President Donald Trump. We'll start with that bad news and the headline. Judge Juan Merchan has found that Donald Trump violated the gag order placed on him 9 out of 10 times that the prosecutors allege he had done so. And as a result, he is now fining Trump $1,000 per violation. So fast math shows us that's a $9,000 fine and being held in contempt of this courtroom for consistently violating the gag order by attacking jurors in this case or potential witnesses. What you could describe as good news from the judge as well is that he's allowing proceedings to be adjourned May 17th, and that's so Donald Trump can attend his son Barron's graduation, which Trump has said he has other things to do and wants to be able to attend that graduation. The one thing we haven't heard, though, if you remember last week, prosecutors brought forth more evidence of 4 additional gag order violations they say took place last week. As far as I understand, there will be a hearing on Thursday morning to address those violations. So this day, starting with some bad news for Donald Trump, now fined $9,000 for violating the judge's gag order.
$9,000 isn't a huge amount of money for a guy like this, especially considering, these are for violations. These are for a certain set of violations, but as the judge was considering those violations, he was also allegedly violating the gag order. And, so I wonder, if the judge is sort of limited in terms of things that he can do to try and limit the former president from violating these orders. Is it just fines? Because he can't really throw him behind bars, can he?
Well, it's a great question, Anne-Marie. The judge has many options at his disposal, from a verbal warning, a fine per violation, and also placing Trump in jail for 30 days. These are the types of things judges all across the country do when defendants are found to be attacking or intimidating potential witnesses or jurors. It could effectively derail the entire trial. But at the same time, as we've made clear, for Donald Trump, the courtroom is the campaign trail. He's fundraising off of every proceeding each day. He has organized to have supporters here in the public space near the courtroom to chant for him, to wear his hats, to cheer for him. There's been a bit of a motorcade, you could say, of MAGA Trump trucks and cars passing behind us this morning, which we hadn't seen last week. And so the judge is likely keenly aware that if he were to punish Trump to the maximum, let's say put him up for 30 days during what is the first criminal trial of a former president, Trump would use that in some ways to his benefit. And so I think both the delay of a decision and now finding Trump 9 out of 10 of these gag order violation charges in some ways is the judge trying to find a type of middle ground that sends a signal to Trump that if you continue to do this, there will be more punishment, but does not necessarily feed into Trump's narrative that he is the victim here and is just part of a grand conspiracy from the left, which he continues to say both on his Truth Social platform and via his fundraising emails.
And so who's testifying today, Errol?
Well, we've got the official custodian of records for Michael Cohen, Gary Farro. He was Michael Cohen's banker at the time. That's what's getting underway this morning. And he's confirming some of the times, dates, and amounts that we heard David Pecker, the former publisher of the National Enquirer, spell out last week. He helped set up limited liability companies that Michael Cohen was able to facilitate payments to Stormy Daniels through, specifically the $130,000, of which Donald Trump reimbursed through line items called legal fees, and that's the backbone of this trial, these 34 felony counts. And so the jury went into the weekend kind of absorbing what seemed like the legitimate testimony of David Pecker, buttressed by Rona Graff, who was Trump's assistant, and confirmed that Trump put Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal's contacts in his contact list, and Gary Farro, who ended last week and started this week by kind of connecting the dots and saying there was a real sense of urgency from Michael Cohen before the 2016 election to set up these accounts and get that money to Stormy Daniels so that her story of an alleged affair wouldn't reach the public. And that's why prosecutors believe this isn't just a hush money case. It's an election interference case because the money was made to suppress a story that the American public couldn't see in order to make a decision about that election. And so we expect other witnesses to appear this week that will help fill in some of those blanks. And also just what's noteworthy is that Donald Trump's son, Eric, is in the front row of court proceedings today. We haven't seen the Trump children inside just yet, but it continues to be a significant week for the former president.
All right, Errol, thank you.